Hello fellow gamers and welcome back to Revolution Idol. In the last few episodes we've kind of been working our way up by kind of introducing certain things like time flux, prestiges, promotions, while working our way all the way up to infinity. As you can see here, we are now at the point where we are doing infinity pretty quick, to the fact that we've almost hit infinity 256 times, which is kind of one of our challenges that we have to do in the achievement section. Now, just to kind of speed things up a little bit, I have kind of put on the time flux up to ×3. So like kind of as much as, you know, these are going pretty fast, it is actually at ×3 speed. So just kind of waiting here just to get our last infinity, so we hit our next achievement. There we go. Which is the Byte Infinity, by hitting 256 of them. And with this being, well, just in time, we have actually ran out of time flux, so this is kind of the normal speed here. So you can see it's a little bit slower, but, you know, given that we're doing runs now in about 30 seconds, so we are getting kind of 1 infinity point per second. Now, before we kind of kick off today's episode, I do want to kind of have a look at these two here. These kind of were getting pretty expensive, but you can see we have got 2100 IP points to spend. So we're going to do the first for the first. So that just means our kind of promotion is stronger, and then also efficiency. So generator exponent base is increased to 0.75. Okay, so let's have a quick look at that. Let's have a look at these generators. You can see here a little bit quicker, just in terms of kind of what we're doing there. So that just means that we are going to kind of speed up time even faster now. So let's just see kind of look, I mean, already look at them. We're kind of, you know, trimmed it off by a few seconds, and, you know, a few seconds is kind of still about a 10% achievement. And then speaking of achievements, here we go. So today's episode, let's see if we can break infinity, which is the 50th kind of challenges. So in order to do that, we kind of click on here, have a look at the challenges. Now, last episode, we worked through, challenge 4, which was, getting pretty difficult, with the time it took almost 2 hours to do that. Whereas some of these others, like, challenge 6 took 53 minutes, challenge 7 took 7. So it's a bit of a range. I mean, the main kind of like hurdle we had to kind of face was, just completing that challenge 4. Challenge 8, however, when I was looking at it in last episode, the fact that ascensions are disabled is going to make this incredibly difficult. I think that, given how kind of important the ascensions are, we are kind of capped out at trying to kind of get the points that we need. You can see here that, the revolutions kind of tear up pretty quick, but you can see like we're already in the 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think it goes up to about 7 on the ascension. So the fact that we don't have that might make this a little bit difficult. So before I kind of attempt this challenge, I do want to kind of have a look at what the next kind of unlocks are, just to see if it kind of is worth kind of holding off doing kind of challenge 8 and kind of working through these ones first. Okay, so unlocks automation for infinities. Okay, so this must be kind of progressing into, I think this one here, unlock the first eternity or breaking infinities and stuff like that. So I think we don't need to quite do that yet. IP is multiplied based on total challenges time. Okay. So I wonder if, right, okay, so getting kind of that multiplied. I mean, I think we have to complete all 9 in order to do that one. First gen strong. Generator 1 is multiplied based on total challenges time. Okay. And then generator 2 for the second gen. So yeah, so these ones look like they are kind of stepping into the world of like completing all of the challenges. Now, given the fact that we are kind of like, some of these are pretty lengthy in time in comparison to kind of how we're doing the runs right now. I think we can probably look to improve these challenges. But first, let's see if we can do kind of challenge 8. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for this one to do that. Yep, great. Now let's kind of try this one. So No ascensions. So let's just see how kind of fast we can do this. It's actually going quicker than I thought. I'm actually surprised the fact that we're getting somewhere without any of these, because these just kind of max out. You can see here they're all at level 100. We have no ascensions. And yeah. So this is kind of where we are in terms of the kind of the slower speed now. You can see these don't quite get up there. We might need to kind of switch the automation just a little bit, just because this 0.08 is it's pretty slow. Let's just do it manually there, just to kind of see if we can get that to kind of increase. Also, in terms of promotions, I mean, we might as well just kind of, I think we are going to have to do these in the kind of manual sense now. Okay, so let's just get this one up to level 40, taking a little bit of time there. Gives us an extra 50% of all of these 1, 2, and 3 promotions. And we're getting 40, there we go. And then we can get this multi-gain up to 40, like so. And then you see it is kind of starting to push things now just a little bit. Yeah, so things are getting relatively slow, but at the same time, we're kind of, getting pretty far. And I think now, given that we are kind of doing that, I think, like what we were kind of coming to the issue a few kind of challenges ago. I'm trying to think which one it was. I think it might have been the actual challenge number 4. Prestige and just seemed to be the kind of the quicker way to do things. Just kind of to get those numbers up. The multi-gain seemed to kind of ring a lot kind of better than kind of promoting things, because some of these just took a long time. It was mainly because, the challenge 4 was like prestige and promotions are kind of like, it was massively reduced, sorry. So it kind of like, it meant that, we did have to kind of rely on kind of the prestige window just to kind of shoot that up a little bit. So we're hitting about, I think we're getting up to about 70% now. So I wonder, we do have 30 minutes, so I think it's worth kind of just pushing up that time just a little bit. And then here, when we get to kind of like a decent amount, let's kind of get this up to 20 and just push it further. And then it's just be the same as what we've done with all the other kind of challenges. It's just kind of tweak things, see if things work a bit. I mean, getting the multiplier up is, I think, could be pretty good at giving the multiplier gain as well. Like, all of these seem to be kind of leveling up now. So I think it might be worth just kind of just clicking these just a little bit more. The fact that we're going up a good 20 or so levels before we kind of promote these is, I think, is, some kind of, some benefit to us on that. So you see we're on the decillions now. See, it's going up so much further. And I think here, we're getting almost up to 80%. Now, is it worth doing a little bit more? I mean, there's not really much point thinking about it, there's not really much point in doing the ascension power, saying we don't actually ascend. Just, that was a bit of a mistake there, but okay. So we're getting to the UDC, so that's a really solid multiplier right now, getting to 80%. So let's just kind of wind on just a little bit more time, get up to the kind of the 90-ish%, and see how long it'll take to complete this challenge. And after, very little time at all, we are kind of getting there. As you can see, we've got the multiplier up to, almost 7 QADC. And this is actually going a lot quicker than I thought. Given the last episode having 0 ascensions, I mean, don't get me wrong, it is very slow, but since we have so many different kind of achievements and kind of like bonuses and everything else, I think it's, I'll just turn that back on. So I think it's, managed to get pretty quickly. We did that in 13 minutes. Obviously with the time flux ×3, that only took, in real time, that only took about 4.5 minutes. Okay, so next one. You only have 4 colors. Okay. All right, so 4 colors. Let's give this one a go. Let's see what we can do here. With 4 colors, can we get even close? I'm just kind of having a look. I'm wondering. I mean, I think, I think the ascensions were pretty pretty important for kind of speed running this. But I'm curious to see just how automation goes with the. I mean, it's going pretty fast when you think about it. A lot faster than I thought. I mean, I said that about Challenge 8 as well, but yeah, I think we are getting somewhere with this. You know, I think the exponent, the fact that it's up to 1.3 already is pretty good going. You know, I'm gonna just manually do this now because I think actually if we take it to like maybe 0.5, oops, and kind of do it that way, maybe we can get a bit faster. What about promotions wise? Yeah, I mean, taking these, I mean, I think Ascension Power could be pretty solid on that one. I mean, it straight up just went like all the way up to this where we kind of left off. Okay, now things are getting a little bit slower now. We can get that up. The multi-gain is having a massive difference. And yeah, I think it's just a case of just kind of making sure that these don't kind of top off too much. Get them all to about the same sort of level. I mean, even that kind of one prestige kind of helped a lot. And we're pushing all the way up to kind of 42 now. And again, what that does in turn is it allows us to kind of push even further with the kind of the promotions. And I think if we do that one more time, I mean, it's definitely slower than Challenge 8, that's for sure. But we are getting some pretty solid progress. So as before, I'm going to kind of skip out until we get to about the 95, 96%, and then we'll kind of see total kind of how long it takes just to complete kind of Challenge 9 and kind of break Infinity.
2 hours later.
And we are back. And as you can see, things are coming to a screeching halt on this one. We're at about 99.4% right now. So I'm going to turn off the kind of auto buy just so you can see how slow this is going now. Now, this has taken about the same amount of time as Challenge 4. Given the upgrades that we have, it's very apparent how hard this challenge is. The fact that just using 4 colors, 4 rings, we're up to 99.72%. So I think, we are getting there, and we do have to get, this is what, 1.78 or 79 to the power 308. The good news is, we do get there in time because this revolution is always kind of increasing. But yeah, it is getting slow, like real slow. You can see here 85, 86, 87. Yeah, this is kind of it right now. This is the kind of where we are at, kind of just waiting for points percentages. Now, in terms of like kind of promotion stuff, while we're waiting for this stuff, I got things up to about level 100. We were kind of bumping up 20 levels at a time. And then I kind of held off on that. And then I prestiged a little bit. And then that got us another 10 or so levels on the other ones, and so on and so forth. And then it got to about 100. And then I was like, right, we can leave it and just prestige. And we do in there, and 100, and there we go. So we have finally beaten Challenge 9, and it took a total of 2 hours and... No, man, I'll just get this in. Yeah, it took a total of 2 hours and 16 seconds. So yeah, so that is... Exactly, that's it. We managed to kind of do it. So we managed to kind of get all the Infinity challenges right now. So in order for us to do this, we can break Infinity. Now, do we want to break Infinity? That's the question. Like right now, like breaking Infinity, like it's clearly the next thing to do, as well as kind of this year. It says like kind of auto Infinity. So let's do that. Let's break Infinity. And then we have 400 coins, whatever you want to call them for that. And then we also get number 51, which is getting 50 achievements. So the achievement bonus also, that 1.51 multiplier, also affects our kind of generator gain as well. Okay, so what is the next one that we have to kind of aim for? Inflation era. Reach 1.8 to the power of 3080. So we have to get tenfold of what we just did. Wow, that's interesting. And we're currently at 740. And we're going to get, okay, so if we infinite, we get 200. Okay, so let's see exactly what we do here. So we have, okay, I'm just kind of looking, kind of like, does it say anything here? We've got the, okay, so infinity is broken. So yeah, so that's kind of just means that, you know, we can kind of keep going infinite until we get, so we can get up to 760. That's pretty solid numbers. We are kind of, I mean, look at this right now. Like we have, let's try that and see how far that gets. Oof, that's flashing warning right there. Okay, so we got an extra power of 100 there. So where do we need to get to? We need to get to 3,000, and then also a million IP. Right. Okay. So let's these are all turned off. So this should keep on leveling up this, correct? Now we've got to about 405 there. So for some reason it's kind of slowed down a little bit on the automation. I wonder if because we broke infinity, we've kind of broken this kind of promotions. Strange. But yeah, as you can see here, we've got the 910. We are way off getting this achievement here. So I think what we can do, the fact that we got to, flashing lights. We've got to 258. Progress to times 10 IP. Okay, so it looks like we do get kind of bonus when we hit certain kind of progress on kind of going past infinity. So I wonder if we can just look at to see if we can, 76, so we're at 58% right now. Does that do a lot? Let's have a look. I think also we can just see if this just makes any difference. We are going up, but for some reason, I think we might have to kind of turn off some stuff. All right, let's turn off some automations. Let's have a look here. So we can turn off this. We can just see how far we can get. Right now we're hitting 57%, so that's like nothing at all. So let's just do this first, which is completely broken things. Because I need to have these on. So these are fine to have on. We're up to 1,000, so we are kind of going up quite a lot. What happens when we do that? Okay, so that's going up a fair bit. See, we're actually doing infinities just in our multipliers. And that is slowly but surely, it's getting up to 78%. Got another 10. Does that go any further? Doesn't look like it. So 78% is kind of where we're at now. Let's do this and just get this up just a couple of times just to make sure we can get. There we go. And then back to where we were. And now we're hitting maybe about 80%. Now I don't know if this is kind of the way to kind of get our infinities up high. The generators are continuing. It's up to almost 3 billion right now. So this is just constantly going up. Our upgrades. So unlocking automation for infinity. So I wonder if we put a cap on exactly what it is that we get to. For now, I'm just going to kind of infinite. And I'm just going to kind of run this and run this. And then I'm also, for now, where was it? Achievements. So what was it? Was it Infinity? Yeah. So there was an Infinity here based on the total challenge time. So I wonder if we work towards getting these. So we need 2, 4, 6,000. And then maybe we get that 8,000 as well. So maybe we get 8,000 IP. And I think I'm trying to kind of work out right now, because this is just going absolutely crazy because we got all the automations on. So I think we need to fix Infinity for now. Let's kind of go through here. We have 992 IP. So we are getting quite a few kind of IP when we do runs like that. The problem is, like, when we kind of do that, it's kind of, you see here, that took 5 minutes and we're doing 1.07. And then that last one, when we kind of fixed Infinity, we're doing 0.7. But even when we were kind of just running these kind of infinite runs here, it was 37 seconds. See, that's 29 seconds. So we're under 30 seconds on kind of doing our IP. We're getting 41 per run, and we're actually getting more IP per second than when we were kind of running it with the kind of the breaking Infinity. So I think, given like how fast we are with things now, I think we kind of keep it as is and kind of just work our way on getting enough IP to get all of these 4 upgrades, because this is gonna increase. Because what we could do is we could really kind of shred the challenges down, right? So, you know, these 18 minutes, 33 minutes, 28, I think we can really kind of speed up a lot of them once we have these kind of upgrades kind of purchased. Right now, it's not worth kind of like trimming down the time until we have all of these, because the challenge time is how we kind of increase the kind of the multiplier on this one. Let's have a look to see what else we can see. 1 million IP, that's going to take quite a bit of time. So is 2,000 infinities. What do we have here? Get all infinite challenges times sum in under 10 minutes. Oh, sorry, that's not infinite. Yeah, that's infinity challenges. So getting that to under 10 minutes. Okay, so these are pretty big numbers. So in order to get all of them under 10 minutes, it's going to take a while, especially that last challenge 9 and challenge 4. The fact that they both took 2 hours. So to get them sub 10 minutes, that is gonna take some time. And this one here is get 1 million IP in just one infinity. So I think we're a little bit off that one. Also here, you can see here, we're going in buying the 5th generator. So the fact that we haven't even purchased the 3rd one yet, because that cost 100,000 IP. And to get that achievement, we need to buy the 5th one. So that's going to take some time. IP is getting bigger. So this is such a kind of steep curve right now. 32,000 infinities. So I think by the time we get in here, we're looking at we have to be in the sub 1 second kind of time zone. In fact, that's taking 29 seconds, and we have to get so much. 32,000 infinities. So I think where we're at right now, we're 288. Okay, so let's look at it this way. Let's see if we can get these first 3. Okay, so the 2,000 infinities, which we need about 1,800, which are taking 30 seconds run, so it's going to take 900 minutes. 900 minutes to get this challenge right here. That's 15 hours just to get that one. We will get a lot of points, don't get me wrong, but I don't think we'll even hit the 1 million IP. This, however, I think we can kind of get, we were in the 1,100-1,200 mark, so I think if we get a few more of those kind of upgrades, we'll be able to kind of get that a little bit quicker. So let's wind on just a little bit more time, get enough IP so we can kind of get these 4 upgrades kind of purchased, and then once we have that all done, we'll get back and see roughly how far we are of kind of getting to these next ones, what unlock and kind of what they do, and then also like see how close we can get to some of these achievements. And after some AFK time later, we managed to accumulate 21,000 IP. And with that, we do have about 1,250 runs now. So let's see if we can kind of get towards kind of these few things here. So first of all, let's kind of unlock all of these upgrades. So the automation for infinities, IP is multiplied based on challenge times, and then generators 1 and 2 is multiplied based on the challenges. Okay, we can have a quick look at this one just to see what it is. IP is multiplied based on infinities. Okay, let's get that one. We can get more infinity points that way. Stronger AP, ascension power is multiplied based on your infinities. And what's this? The 4th promotion is stronger based on the 9th challenge. Okay. And then this one here. Right, okay, so this one needs 1,000,000. That's going to be a little bit off there. 3rd generator is stronger based on your infinities. So I think let's get this one. And then I'm sure it won't take too long to get those 1,500 achievements. So while we go through that, let's kind of break infinity again and see how close we can get with the score. See if we can get anywhere near that kind of to the power of 3,000. First of all, I just want to have a quick look here. You can see we're doing infinity runs in 24 seconds. But now with those upgrades, you can see we're hitting 220 IP per run. So there's a massive increase on that one. What I would like to try and do is just kind of see roughly like kind of with these challenges if we can kind of trim them down. So let's go to this one first, see how quickly we can do the first challenge. Might need a little bit more time here. We don't have any time flux, so we'll just have to kind of deal with this as it is now. Things are hopefully going to be a bit quicker. So in terms of the challenges, 18 minutes is the beast. And bearing in mind we are trying to get these down to under 10 minutes for one of the achievements, which this one here, number 55, and getting all affinity challenge under that. So let's just have a look here. Bearing in mind 2 and 4 is disabled for this one. While that's kind of doing that one, okay, so automate infinity. Infinity is disabled. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that was quicker than I thought. We actually did that in 53 seconds. So that's pretty awesome. Let's have a look to see if that actually makes any difference on that. I think it has made a slight difference. Only by a few, maybe a point 2 or 3. Okay, that's it. This one should be a bit quicker. Let's have a look what the challenge was there. Ascension power is divided by 4. Okay, so 33 minutes was the best for that one. I mean, we're already kind of doing that one. So that one took 26 seconds. So yeah, so we're kind of speeding across here pretty quick. That went up. I think went from 1.27 to 1.3. That one's 1.47 to 5.2, I think. I'm not quite sure what that one is, but yeah, these kind of multipliers are kind of making quite a big difference here. So let's have a look. Oops, wrong one. So this challenge is, right, okay, the exponent. So it shouldn't make too much of a difference on this one, I don't think. I think now that we've got this up so high. There we go. And now we're just into the kind of final run. Awesome. So yeah, so these are getting into the seconds now. I don't quite want to try that one yet, but I will try challenge number 5, and I'll try. I mean, challenge number 6 only took 53 seconds. So I don't think we need to do that one again. We can give it a try though, just to kind of see exactly how much we can speed it up. But I mean, straight away we've got knocked off a good hour and a half on each of them, just kind of in total, just to get our kind of multipliers up using the upgrades on this one. See, this is up to 3.2, that's up to 5.7, that's up to 4.1. Okay. Now this one's taking a little bit of time. And there we go. I think we just did it there. Oh no, not quite. Okay, so that was 13 minutes. Let's see how quickly it gets to now. We've got all of them up to that level that we wanted to. And now it's taken a little bit of time here. Just not quite sure why. Maybe we kind of take this up to 8, like we had it before. Because this one is taking a bit of a time. And it is mainly because of the promotions are weaker. So let's just turn that off. I think we should be able to kind of just do it. There we go. As soon as we turn that one off, we've got that one down to 1 minute. Number 6. Okay, let's just first of all turn this on and let's give that one a try. See how quickly we can do that. And then into the promotions. We have the second one done now, so the third one should be on its way, and the fourth one, and then we should be able to get Infinity there. Okay, so we are doing them, you know, pretty quickly now. That one's down to 21 seconds. Let's try number 7. All multipliers are divided by 2. Well, whatever the Infinity is. Just make sure everything's on there on that. And, you know, all we're doing is just making sure we can get these up to the highest kind of multipliers possible. Because that does make all of our runs pretty quickly. There we go. And just the last few there. So we're doing really well now. Can we get this one up? I think as well, given that these two took 2 hours, this one might be a bit difficult to get into a few minutes. Now, how are we doing on this? I'm kind of getting there. This one's taking a little bit of a while, so I'll just kind of pop this in manually. Might as well pop that in manually as well. And then that one. And we might as well just turn that off just for now. This one is starting to slow down quite a lot. I'm actually surprised that this one's as slow as it is. You know, it's getting stuck around here. And just do it manually again. I just want to make sure we're getting kind of as high as possible. Now let's just check this challenge out again. What was it? Ascensions are disabled. Okay, that's why. So this is these ones here being kind of disabled, so they can only max out at 100. You know, we're into the 79%. So actually doing these is pointless, but sticking to these 3 is kind of worthwhile. So we're at 82%. Can we get a little bit further? I mean, 83%. I need a promotion just to kind of pop that up a little bit. And then also we'll take this back down to 0.5 just to give it a go. Which I think now is a good time to do that. see if we push that even further. Yeah, I mean, things are kind of slowing down quite a lot now. I mean, we're into the 88%, so that's not too bad. But yeah, things have slowed down quite a lot. So I'm just going to kind of wind on a little bit of time here, just kind of get us up to kind of completing this one. You know, this actually took 13 minutes originally. We're only in 2.5 minutes now, so let's kind of wind on to hit infinity on that one. And just like that, we have number 8 done. So yeah, so we have got things kind of trimmed down quite a lot. I mean, that one did take almost 5 minutes, so that was a little bit kind of slower than I'd kind of hoped. But we have got all of them kind of all under that kind of 10-minute mark. The only two that we're kind of waiting on is challenge 4 and 9. But I think we need to kind of get a little kind of further ahead on our thing now. So let's kind of break infinity. And then let's just see like how far we can get by turning on these kind of automations. And then I think, okay, so looking at when we'd have like the automating of infinity, we can actually set the IP. So kind of right now we are, I think we're going to need to kind of change the promotions here. Because right now, does it tell you how much we'll get if we kind of... Oh yeah, so we're at 1200 IP right there. So right now, okay, where are we? We're at 919. So I think before we kind of did that, let's turn off the promotions for now. Because these numbers are pretty wild. The fact that we have, you know, all of them up. I think if we get them all up to like kind of the 570 mark, just so we have them all kind of in that region. Let's just see how far we can get it. So I think, you know, that's 970. Let's just kind of see what happens. See, when we kind of push that, the numbers go up pretty good. We're up to 75%. We're getting 1800 IP for that run. If we were to kind of do a quick reset on that one. So I'm kind of curious, if we keep doing this, are we going to get like kind of, we do kind of push it a little bit, then it slows down, and then we do another prestige, and then it slows down, and we're getting like 2% at a time. I mean, these numbers go so high up. So let's just get these up to like kind of the, you know, into the 700s now. This is taking a lot of time though. Like a lot of time. Like surprisingly, I thought we'd be able to get like kind of higher than this. I'll be honest. But yeah, this is getting rough here. Okay, so now that we have all of them up to, we're 750-ish. Kind of what's happening with this. All right, so we get to 1300, it looks like. Now I wonder if we can really push this up to 100%, just to see if that kind of that times 10 means we get 20,000 per run. I mean, 89% right now. And these numbers, these multipliers are going up like considerable. Not so much the promotions. The promotions have kind of slowed down quite a lot. But I mean, we're getting into the 90%-ish range. Now this number here is to the power 2800. Now that's actually not too far off. I'm actually looking at the wrong one. I was looking at the exponent, so I think we might actually be able to get it up to the 3000 mark, especially if we're kind of doing like to the power of like to the power of every time we're prestige. So just want to keep an eye on this. And I wonder if this times 10 IP is like kind of linked with that kind of number. So let's wind on a little bit more time. Let's get us up to that kind of 100%. Now we weren't quite able to hit that to the power of 3080. So I just kind of reset, and I did set up some kind of automation just to kind of get infinity. well, basically as much as we can. You can see here we have 815,000. I kind of left it for a few hours just to kind of run through. So you can see we have the achievement too many infinities, and we have hit a total of 2,400 on that one. In terms of like the runs themselves, we are doing 35 second runs where we're getting about 1,400 IP per run. Now, and just for kind of like reference in terms of like what the automations are, so I've got all of these two just kind of set up. Well, these two set up to full. Exponent is up to 0.04. Promotions are doing every 100 levels. And then also the Infinity is at 1,400. That's kind of like running through. I did have it at 1,500, but it was kind of peaking at around 40 and 50, and it was a few more seconds before that. So we're just, tweaking them has kind of made some good improvements. We have got, like I say, got these. We are kind of approaching the 1 million IP. So what I'm going to do, I'm pretty much going to spend it now. I want to get the third generator in there. I want to get the kind of like this first generator unlocked. In terms of like upgrades and stuff, obviously I can't really do anything until I hit kind of that 1 million mark. But as you can see, we are kind of getting more and more infinity. But I think it's going to be a little ways off before we can get to that 3080 and that million. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, let this run, get the kind of 1 million IP, and I'm just to get kind of started on kind of next episode where we can kind of kick off things with that, and then we can kind of really kind of strive for that kind of 3080 as well as the 1 million. So, some good progress today. We did manage to break infinity. That was kind of one of my main goals that I was thinking about. And I appreciate you guys kind of checking in, and I will catch you all in the next one.